hate to start this way, but I guess failure would be the theme of this first segment.
Biggie, when is it not?
It's not just the segment.
Failure.
This month, this week, this year.
But you hate to...
The tenure.
You hate to start that way, but... I guess your office probably goes through it, too. We have a bunch of computers here, and about once a month it says, oh, you got to shut it down. You got to shut this computer, or we'll shut it down for you.
That's what it does.
It will. And
yeah, it happened to me right in the middle of an email. Just goodbye.
It's 15 minutes ago. Kristen was, well, there goes that.
Yeah.
I sent in an email. It's just like, oh, see ya. And I got it yesterday. I guess it comes around about the same time every month. I got it yesterday. It was like, uh-oh, got to shut down. Then when it comes back on, it goes, hey, you want to see what's new in Chrome?
No.
That's Kristen's reaction every time.
No. I don't care.
No. Hey, what's new in Chrome? Look at this.
What's happening in Firefox world? You want to see what's new?
No.
I mean, we've discussed this before. Last time it went down, it's like, oh, look what. And they must improve every month. They're like, oh, there's a bunch of new things.
Imagine having to work for a company like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I fixed everything last week. Do it again.
Now.
Make them do it again next week.
That's right. So over here on my right, we have a computer where Biggie, if somebody calls, he'll say, it's so-and-so on the phone. They want to talk about such
Myrtle Beach Doug.
Mm-hmm.
Got a great story about a filthy word on a shirt.
Yeah. Here's Myrtle Beach Doug. He says weed makes him horny, too. Got that email, by the way.
Don't think we didn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thought you did.
I read about a sentence of it and deleted.
We copied us all.
I had mentioned earlier in the week that weed makes me randy. And Myrtle Beach Doug said,
Second.
Same, brother. Yep. So I was like, all right, okay. We sort of have common ground on that.
Yeah.
But over here on the computer, all of a sudden today.
That screen is not normal.
I said to Biggie, something's happening
Yeah.
here. And Biggie says, what's it say? And I had to look at it, and it said, fan failure.
Say what?
What?
Got a fan failure over here.
And that one's new to me.
Well, I said to Kristen, have you ever seen a fan failure?
Every time I go out in public.
Every single time. Fan failure.
Oh, you're not still doing that show, are you?
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. I listened to you years ago.
Yeah, I think that's what hurts the most is when someone says that. You're still not doing that show, are you?
God, you're not doing that still.
Still doing radio?
Oh, my God. Fan failure. So now it says, which one of y'all's using Chrome? Is it BB Shay? Is it Red Rachel? Is it Biggie? I don't know. Add
No one knows.
Maybe I'll add myself. Says, want to add somebody? Yeah, okay. I'll add myself over here. Oh, what's new in Chrome? That's what. That's the
Oh,
message.
finally you asked. I've been wanting to know.
Want to see? No, I don't want to see.
I don't want to see.
Now, here's the other failure. I hate to bring this up, but yesterday I did something, and I was really hurt by reaction. It's happened before. My FDR joke, we know that, okay? Jokes I've told that I thought was going to get a huge reaction.
They just don't land.
They don't land. Yesterday, I had a factoid. I'd heard it. I'd seen it the day before when watching a sports talk show, which is what I do sometimes in the afternoon. And I thought it was so clever. I stuck it right in the middle of the grid, and I thought these guys are going to be so wowed by this. And the reaction was so ho-hum.
Oh.
It bothered me all day. I was like,
oh, really?
I didn't react to that at all. Yeah, I had heard.
I don't even remember.
No, you don't. I know. Exactly. You don't.
Was it a steaming hot take?
Wasn't even that. It was something very clever, and it wasn't mine, but I brought it in. I had not made it up. It's when teams tank for a player in the NBA in particular, and I think the Sixers have lost like 13 or 14 in a row, and I saw it called this year. Somebody said they're playing capture the flag because Cooper Flag is going to be the number 1 overall pick.
Okay, I do remember this.
So I said, oh my God, I'm going to jot that down. I put
capture the flag.
You know what I did? I put it in my phone and then I emailed it to myself. And then I saw the email to myself.
Was the subject line Radio Gold?
Yes, it was like and I thought,
wait till they hear this.
Oh, wait till these guys hear this. They're going, ooh, capture the flag. What? I thought it was the most clever thing I had heard in a year. And so I wrote it down right in the dead center of the grid, and we got some sports dirt or something. I said, you know what? They're calling this year's tanking for next year's number 1 overall pick, capture the flag. And y'all were like, yeah, okay. And moved on to the next thing. And I was just sitting here dumbfounded. dumbfounded because I thought that was the greatest thing I had ever heard.
Lord help me, I'm just not that bright.
It was,
I think
it was mind-numbing to me that nobody.
I don't want to put words into Biggie's mouth, but I think our reaction was 100% appropriate.
I mean, it's not bad.
I thought it was incredible.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, capture the flag! I get it.
Now,
I get it.
Can I ask you this? Did you hit other people throughout the day with it?
No.
Okay.
No, launch it. I knew it was gold.
You didn't hit the pickle pals with it, or the gym pals?
No time. No, I didn't hit the pickle. I should have hit the pickle pals with it.
Because sometimes that's how you know. Maybe it was just us.
I got to get a test audience.
Yeah.
I've got to do the pickle pals before
You workshop it.
I got to workshop it before I come in here.
This is the big leagues.
Exactly. And what did I get?
Crickets.
Nothing. Crickets. Now I'm used to. I've done it before. You know that. But I was so confident with this one. I held it for 18 hours. I was like, I'm not telling anybody. I'm launching this.
Wait till the NBA draft comes around. Then it will. I've got the line that will kill.
Now,
I had it in my head all day.
Now, what will make this even better is if on NBA draft night, Jay Billis says,
"Oh yeah,
well, we're all playing capture the flag," and the whole panel's like,
"Oh!" They fall out so much they put it underneath the caption.
Capture the flag.
And you're like, I
Everyone
knew
wants
it.
to capture the flag.
I knew that was.
I knew that was good.
And got nothing. And then later in the day, for the first time, we're giving away a Jason Aldean signed guitar for Put Up or Shut Up Rock and Roll Trivia. This is from Blue Shark Vodka, our man Mark the Shark. Cool. He's done this before. So the next person to beat Chris Demm gets not only his money, but a signed guitar from country artist Jason Aldean. If you beat me on a Friday, you get a signed guitar from Lee Greenwood.
We have 2 guitars in-house now.
2 guitars. They're here.
Signed.
They are signed. So, I mean, that could end as early. I mean, you know, I'm ripe for the picking any week. Chris Demm, usually it takes a while. I admitted that I didn't know who Jason Aldean was. I've heard the name. I know he's got that song about small town. But if he walked in the room with Chris Demm, I'd say, who are you? And get out. Okay, that's my default setting.
Bingo.
So I got to pickleball last night, and my dear friend Tracy, who's got the yips.
That's the guy?
I told you about his yips on the serve.
You can't serve.
Right now, it's mental. I say to him, Tracy.
Gets in your head.
It's in your head. But he said to me as we're warming up, he goes, I can't believe you don't know who Jason Aldean is. And then all the other picklers from
Did you start yipping?
Well, I started yipping, and all the other picklers were like, who doesn't know who Jason Aldean is? And I was like, well, I mean, I don't really. And he just,
who does not know who Jason Aldean is?
Exactly. Who? And people are coming from all around, like, looking around trees.
This guy doesn't know Jason Aldean.
This guy over here says he doesn't know Jason Aldean. I was like,
all right, everybody put your paddles down. We're not playing another point until we show this guy who Jason Aldean is.
Jason Aldean, apparently he's a big deal, okay?
You don't know Dirt Road Anthem? I do not know Dirt Road Anthem.
Not know
The whole pickle court starts singing the same song at the same time.
You don't know Hicktown?
No.
I don't know. I don't know Hicktown.
That was a joke.
I didn't think that was real.
You don't know Burning It Down? I do not know Burning It
I
Down.
thought these were practical jokes aimed at me, so I'd name these titles of songs. And boy, Tracy set me straight. He's like, you got to learn a little something about Jason Aldean.
Okay.
This is really bad that you
Somebody play some Jason Aldean right now.
right now.
Yeah,
we need
yeah.
Jason Aldean.
Bring out your boombox, everybody, your speaker.
I didn't know. I did not know Jason Aldean's music.
You don't know Try That in a Small Town?
No,
Do
no.
not know Try That in a Small Town.
Failure, all day long. Then, after this program yesterday, Littlest Patriot walked into the office, confident as he could be, as cocky as he could be. Now, as you know, I've decided not to look at the stock market numbers because I'm burying my head in the sand. I hear it was a good day yesterday, all right? Mr. Trump apparently paused some tariffs.
There's some big changes.
Yes, a sea change yesterday. The tariffs were paused. It was up huge. Okay. Before that happened, and, we were just mired in this, and everybody's talking recession and, trade war, all that stuff. Littlest Patriot comes in, and he goes, are you nervous about the stock market? And I said, yes, I am. And he goes, I'm not. You know why? Great buying opportunity. This is fantastic. I said, boy, you really spun that. And he goes, fantastic buying opportunity. I love it. And I'm going double all in on the stock market.
Well, he's not alone.
I know.
Apparently, the president said that. He said, the great buying opportunity. And then 30 minutes later, war paused.
Yeah, that's right.
Tariff pause.
Yeah, interestingly, I think he put that out there. It's like, good time to buy. And 30 minutes later, he's like, all right, these tariffs are off. And the stock market just exploded yesterday. And Littlest Patriot texted me and said, told you.
I just got rich. What'd you do?
Well, you can't win.
Can't win.
Did you try to, I know how you often are, Kelly, when it comes to interpersonal reactions.
Yeah.
Because when the Littlest Patriot comes in and pigeonholes you by himself, one-on-one, you always try to gauge, usually you try to give the answer he wants to hear.
Almost always. That's right.
I'm a little surprised almost surprised you engaged.
Too honest, I suppose. He's like, are you worried about this stock market? Yeah. I said, yes. And he goes, I'm not. And then he just schooled me on it. He's like, you got to buy, you got to get this stock, that stock. Yeah. If you're not doing some sort of mortgage plan right now, you're totally
just setting money on fire.
I mean, who doesn't have 4 mortgages?
That's what he said.
What?
I lost it. I was like, I don't. Total failure. Fail. It was just fail all day yesterday. And it was a couple of days ago was a reminder of an old failure. It was Free Cone Day over at Ben & Jerry's. And that's been now 18 years since I was last invited to serve ice cream.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I was so bad that literally Ben & Jerry's once a year to culminate the start of spring has a free cone day. They first did it, I think I read it was 1979 at their first Ben & Jerry's location at the one in Vermont. And it was just like, come get a free cone, a free scoop of ice cream, no strings attached. And they've done it every year since. Well,
they used to need extra scoopers.
Yes.
I guess they still do.
I suppose. And I was invited 2 or 3 years in a row.
They still do celebrity scoopers, too. I hate to inform you of that because I see a lot of, like the local news people be like, what an honor to scoop today.
Even still.
Yeah.
It was my perspiration and my
arm hair.
I was scooping and I was heavier. And I was dripping into the ice cream.
And didn't they start you on a popular flavor but move you to like mint chip?
Yes. They started me on
like Cherry Garcia.
Yeah. Or the coffee one. It was like coffee buzz. And
they're like, get down to mint chip.
They did. They gave me the
Give
one.
Them low-fat sherbet. Do we have any of that?
They put me at the worst spot. So every year it comes up, it's free cone day at Ben & Jerry's, and every year I'm reminded of that failure. And so it was this
that
week.
Hurts.
Yeah, it did. It really hurt. And once again, nobody invited. No word was. I don't even know it's coming until it's day of.
Yeah, that's usually how we find out.
And you're right. It's some local news anchor that's there. What an honor to scoop.
Wearing their free shirt on set.
The tie-dye thing.
Oh, yeah.
The tie-dye.
Yeah.
Oh, and of course now, I bet the guys, Ben and Jerry, they've long sold off the ice cream, but I bet the people running it now hate Free Cone Day to give up those kind of profits.
Oh, you think?
Oh, yeah.
Jersey Mike's do that one day, too. Jersey Mike's,
once he does a day of giving, they just did that.
I think so. I thought so, yeah. That's really crowded in there that day.
Oh, yeah.
That's a brutal day for the employee, but it's like every single sandwich they sell.
Every dollar, I believe, goes for one day.
I admire that.
Yeah, because you'd never do anything like that. You'd be the only Jersey Mike's in town that says something like, I'll give a percentage of the profits. You won't, which always is shady to me, too, when you never say the percentage.
Yeah.
A percentage of profits today will go to charity.
Boy, we crushed it at lunch. I don't know what the difference was.
Yeah. But you only give like 1%.
Yeah.
That would be something I would try to pull. Exactly. There's a note here today. The Masters starts today. It's exciting.
Yeah, we've got a few bets thrown in.
Oh, you're betting.
What are you doing? Who you got?
Well, you kind of hit on it a little yesterday. We talked briefly about would you take Rory or the field.
Yeah.
And I said I'd take the field, and I stand by that. However, I did take Rory to lead after the first round today because he tends to start strong, finish poorly.
He has bad Sundays.
He does. Now, I don't know about that. I thought he usually has a bad first round. And then
claws back in.
Claws back in to get in the top 10, but he's never in contention because of the first round. He's like 2 over par.
I think at the Masters is like known for his biggest blow up was
that one day.
Lead.
He had the lead that one time. But I saw a Scott Van Pelt interview, and he was talking about Rory, and he's like, if he can get the first round right and stay within touch of the leaders, he'll be okay because the last few years he's started by shooting 4 over, almost missing the cut. Then he comes back on the weekend, but it's never enough. He doesn't have enough time to come back or enough holes.
I still stand. I'd take the field, and
you think he'll do well today?
Yeah, I think he'll do well today. I'm high on Colin Morikawa.
Yeah,
and that's who I'm rolling with. Scheffler, I'm iffy on because I think he still may have some hand issues that's not disclosed.
Is he the betting favorite, Scheffler?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
he and Rory are the top 2 betting favorites.
So if I give you Rory and Scheffler, would you take that or the field?
I'd still take the field for some reason. I heard, actually, that seems to be the big thing people are saying. I'll give you Rory and Scheffler or the field, and I'd still take the field.
I agree with you because, in golf, you've given me 80 golfers here versus 2. It's too close to call. Other than Tiger in his heyday. And we've said that yesterday. Today, the guy who's in charge, it used to be Hootie Johnson. I don't know who it is now. It's like the guy who's in charge. Bunky, Hootie.
Hootie.
Whoever it is. He came out. Now, this is a great take by Chris Demm. You know how I give cold takes all the time. Chris Demm had a hot one. The guy stood up there and he said, "We here at Augusta, we have a new physio, we have a new sauna, we have all these new things.
New weight room, training center.
But it's so wonderful." And Chris Demm goes, "Who cares? Ain't none of us ever going to see it. None of we can't."
Do you want to guess the percentage of Americans will ever see that?
Less than 1.
A sliver of a percentage.
Yeah.
Less than like
1.
0.10.
Yeah, 0.001 we'll ever see. And he's like, "You're going to love this sauna." And all the reporters are like, we're not going to.
When are we ever going to see that?
Best we can do is buy a pimento cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
Which is good. And to walk around is beautiful, of course. But don't peddle your sauna at us. We ain't seeing that. Great take by Chris Demm. I never would have thought of it.
Yeah.
But that's a real hit. That's exactly right.
I will tell you something interesting I heard was that they did not get practice rounds in, I guess, early in the week. Monday was rained out. Tuesday, I believe, was still rainy. So they said, the experts are saying, don't look for somebody new to win. Like if it's their first or second, that look to the veterans who've played the Masters several times that don't need those practice rounds. Also, a lot of times the guys like your Scotty Scheffler, your guys who've won the Masters, they know to get there a week early, 2 weeks early to practice because they know the weather can be spotty.
Interesting.
So they're saying if you're looking for your betting favorites, avoid anyone like this as their first or second Masters because they didn't get the practice rounds in.
Did I ever tell you my Charles Schwartzel story?
Well, I was with you for one. Or 2. I didn't know you had 2 Charles Schwartzel. I know one I was with you where you called him the wrong name, I believe.
I did. What did I call him?
I forget.
Cheryl?
Now.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's Charles.
Yeah, it's Charles Schwartzel. Charles Schwartzel.
We have we have the Wyndham Championship here in town where we are.
And Charles Schwartzel was
And
here.
you called him the wrong name in a very nice resort as we rode a bus over with him.
That's right. He was sitting in the bus with us. And I was like, "There's Cheryl Schwartzel." And he's like, "It's Charles."
And we were dressed in like Hawaiian shirts because we were going to host.
Yes, we were
I
giving
forgot your Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah,
day.
both of us got stared at on the bus like, who are these 2 boobs?
a couple of jabrones coming over here.
How'd they get on this bus?
That was really something,
That's
too.
that guy that sings Over the Rainbow, isn't it? No, he was Hawaiian.
I thought he was
Are
dead.
you performing?
Isn't he dead?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a tribute act. I don't know.
No, I'm not performing.
Maybe the big guy's holding the ukulele for the bigger guy. He's his roadie. Somewhere.
No. Charles Schwartzel has won the Masters once.
At least once, right?
Yeah.
Once. He's won it once. And he didn't tell me this, but I saw him say that a few years before he won the Masters, he was sitting there in like the area where all the players eat, and Jack Nicklaus was sitting at the table next to him. And he didn't know Jack Nicklaus, but Nicklaus was sitting there, and he was chatting about, Nicklaus was saying, on the first hole, you got to play it this way, and on the second hole, I like to hit it down here. And Schwartzel realized he was basically going through hole by hole, giving his thoughts. So Schwartzel got real close to him and started writing down notes on where to hit the ball.
Don't blame him.
Because it's one of the greatest Masters champion of all time. And Schwartzel said, by the end of it, I had a little blueprint for all 18 holes from Jack Nicklaus, and Nicklaus doesn't even know him. He was putting his ear over toward him, like how I look on at the topless bar.
Yeah, for lap dance guys.
Yeah, you're doing the lean in.
Yeah, and that's what Charles Schwartzel did. And I thought, well, that's pretty brilliant, isn't it? And
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how he wound up winning. And he had not only been there a couple of times. So what you're saying is like he was one of the newer players to win the thing. Well, they got a new sauna and a new
weight room.
New weight room.
You're right. No one will ever see.
You are not going to see. Another thing I thought was a real failure yesterday. I saw that thing about the really unhinged ways to save money, and it didn't land. I remember that. I said, like, take a picture of your parents and stick it to your credit card.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
Awful. It was terrible, and I was like, what a failure.
I was going to buy groceries, but then I saw my father. What?
The other one was make yourself run a minute for every $1 you spend that you didn't need to.
I don't hate that, actually.
That gets you in shape.
Oh, it's just in sell your shirt after you buy it and then don't buy it.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. They were kind of asinine.
Yeah, they were pretty bad.
The only thing that was worse yesterday was my capture the flag take. Yeah. I had one more. It was boycott everything. And here's the thinking. Go to every company and Google them, and almost every one will have done something you don't like. So just say, I'm boycotting them because they gave to this politician.
Okay.
Or they gave to this fund.
Good luck with your life.
And then you can't. Right.
Yeah.
How can you even do anything? You know, it's like if you're doing
you can't turn on the radio. You can't watch TV.
That's right. You can't do any of that stuff.
Yeah, my mother's trying to protest things, but she's terrible at it because she needs things from every place.
Oh, exactly.
She's like, I'm not shopping at Target anymore. And then I'll be like, where are you? She'll be like, Target, but I'm only buying necessities.
I know. A friend of mine's brother is gay. He's like, he hates Chick-fil-A, but it's just so good. It's so good. It's too good. I can't stop it.